Covering news where you live, this is 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Joe Ellison. We have new information coming from Michigan State University showing the shooter who opened fire, killing several people on campus, turned the gun on himself when confronted by police. Those who witnessed the shooting are trying to make sense of what happened while providing support for each other. Now, this is a map of the area in Lansing. This is Michigan State University. There's the Berkey Hall where the shooting first started. Then there's the MSU Union where more shootings happen. And then lastly, this is where the suspect was found dead, quite a ways away from where all the other shootings happened. And right now we know at least 3 people have been killed with at least 5 more people injured and in critical condition. Police confirming they were transported to the hospital. Police also say it's too early to know a motive, but the department can confirm the man was 43 years old, the suspect, and was not a student, faculty, or staff member at the university. Authorities announced all campus activities, sports, and classes will be canceled for today and tomorrow. Of course, we will continue to update you on this case when new information comes into our newsroom. Now, before we get to other top news of our area, let's get a check of the weather with meteorologist Zach Scott. Zach, it's a bit of a rainy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, rain's not going to stick around all day, Joe. That's the good news for us, but certainly some soggy conditions for the first half of the day throughout the AM hours. And then as we get into the afternoon, we're drying out. Sunshine comes out. It will be windy all day long. Rain's only with us the first half of the day. Sunshine in the back half of the day. Wind with us all day. Here we go, tracking it through Future Track radar. Temperature starting out in the 50s. We're going to see temperatures get into the 60s this afternoon. There's the rain clearing out 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. for eastern Oklahoma. It'll take another hour or 2 to get all the way through western and northwestern Arkansas, but by 1:30, 2 o'clock, most of the rain to the east of us. And again, we're going to be drying out. This is a Pacific front coming through, so not a push of Arctic air behind it. Drier air will come in. That'll help clear out the skies. Dry air plus a southwest wind, 15 to 30 miles per hour, is going to help temperatures rebound again. Upper 50s, low 60s, northwest Arkansas, and into the 60s across the river valley. That'll be our high temperatures for today. 100% chance of rain before noon. Then we start tapering it off. Again, 11 to 12 drying out eastern Oklahoma, 12 to 2 drying out across western Arkansas and northwest Arkansas. As I mentioned, those winds going to be with us all day long. Wind advisory out for all of eastern Oklahoma, western Arkansas, 6 a.m. to midnight going into Wednesday morning. It's going to take some time for these winds to wind down, and that process will take place during, again, Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Another breezy day tomorrow, but nowhere near as strong as today. Again, winds sustained 15 to 30 miles per hour with gusts up to 50 miles per hour, especially the highest elevations in northwest Arkansas and the Ouachita's off towards the south of the river valley. Again, winds slowly relax, 5 to 15 miles per hour by early tomorrow morning. Temperatures cooler in the 40s, mostly clear skies. We get a break, sunshine as we go through the day on Wednesday. A warm front will lift north. That's going to allow warmer, more muggier, unstable air to try to work in across Texas, Louisiana, at least into the southern half of Arkansas. Enough instability may be present as a cold front comes in Wednesday night, late evening, overnight. We could get a few strong to severe storms. We have a level 1 out for northwest Arkansas, level 2 out for the river valley, meaning we're not anticipating seeing widespread severe weather. We do think there's going to be a few thunderstorms. We'll likely have a strong storm or 2. Damaging hail and damaging winds, I think, are going to be our best threat to watch that we'll have to watch for. Damaging hail has a greater potential to impact more of the area. The damaging winds with some of those thunderstorms. And then the tornado potential, I think it's going to be best just to the south and southeast of us, but we can't rule it out. Something we're going to continue to watch as that cold front comes in again late Wednesday evening into Thursday morning. Joe?
All right, thanks so much, Zach. Well, happening at the Arkansas Capitol this week, lawmakers approved a broadband spending plan that was put on hold earlier this year. Now, this directs $53 million in American Rescue Plan money. The Joint Budget Committee gave the final okay to a Commerce Department's plan to 8 broadband grants, as well as $2 million to cover administrative costs. The funding had been put on hold after the governor signed an executive order abolishing a steering panel. And a bill in the Arkansas legislature is aiming to change solar energy regulations in Arkansas. Today, dozens of groups planned together at the state capitol to voice their opposition to a plan that would rewrite a 2019 law which lets utility companies compensate people with solar arrays. Critics of the bill say it would put limits on that money. The bill's author says the current plan is unfair to those without solar power and who can't get compensated for extra produced energy. And the IRS says taxpayers in more than 20 states who received tax rebates last year won't need to report them on their 2022 tax returns. The states had authorized the rebates to help residents offset inflation and the cost of the pandemic. Originally, the IRS had asked those who received the rebates to hold off on filing while they considered whether those payments would be taxable income. Well, some important dates to keep in mind. The IRS begins accepting and processing 2022 tax returns on January the 23rd. Then April 18th is the deadline to file them or request a 6-month extension. And the Alice L. Walton School of Medicine naming its first dean and CEO today. Dr. Sharmi Lamakija will lead the new school in Bentonville. And with career experience spanning across the education, healthcare, and commercial sectors, the school believes their new leader will promote Walton's vision of creating a new pipeline of physicians.
We think that given our founders and her personal experience around health, having someone who can teach and train future docs to become a whole person-centered clinician, as well as one who can be very technically and savvy in their work, we think a dean with that kind of background will serve us well here.
Now, she will begin her new role as founding dean and CEO in May. The first students are expected to arrive to start classes in fall of 2025. Well, Valentine's Day, that's today, of course, and a lot of people are looking for love, and some are turning to dating apps, but experts say you'll want to be careful when doing that. Brooke Buckner shows us what you should watch out for and safety for online.
They can be good. But yeah, I mean, you definitely have to be safe for sure.
Nate Hobson has seen his share of untrustworthy people on the other side of the phone.
You can kind of tell if something doesn't seem right.
That's why he pays close attention to their responses and makes sure they're a real person before meeting up.
One of the ways that I do is just, try to follow them on some other social media app like Instagram or Facebook.
And he sets a virtual date before meeting face to face.
And you can, just kind of make sure that all the intentions are good and everyone's, being safe.
Online safety and security today is scarier than ever.
Sandra Leiterman with UA Little Rock cybersecurity program says it's easy to become a target on dating apps and social media in general.
With the amount of social engineering that happens, the fake profiles, the people pretending to be someone they're not, it's really tough to maneuver who's who and who you can trust.
That's why she recommends using the acronym ASKK.
A is what can the company, so the company that's providing the app, what can they access about me if I use this app? Who will they share it with is the S. And then the K's are what will be known about me if I use this app. But in today's age, we also have to know what can be known about me if this app is hacked.
Leiterman says in addition to controlling your privacy settings, you shouldn't share your location.
I would think twice about sharing my real name and things like phone numbers, email addresses. None of that should be out there publicly.
And she says some red flags to look out for are people not wanting to meet in person or asking for money. And if you do meet someone in person, she recommends sharing your location with your friends and family.
Number one is make sure everybody knows who, what, where, why you're going.
In Little Rock, Brooke Buckner, 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here today for some of the top news and weather headlines where you live. I'm Jo Ellison. Make sure to catch up with us again tomorrow right here for more.